How you doing, Arrow?
Fantastic. How about you, dude?
Oh, really good. Thank you.
Man, I'll tell you what, a lot's been going on in the rock and roll world these days, and you guys are right there in the middle of it, aren't you?
Yeah, I guess so.
I definitely want to talk about the song Band Plays On. This is one of those songs, and I literally have it here in my notes, that this reminds me of the days of REO Speedwagon and Foreigner crossing over to the adult top 40 side, and I think that this song is going to be that song.
Wow. That's awesome. That's awesome.
I mean, because the song hook, the guitar work, everything about this song, it doesn't make it a genre. What it does, it makes it you guys.
Uh-huh. Wow. That's interesting. That's really cool.
Coming up with it, how did you guys lay it all out, and what was the birth of the song Band Plays On?
It's just the good and evil that's going on in the world, And I was trying to think of how to put that together, and that's what came up. That's what I came up with.
Was it simple to put together, or was it one of those that came in pieces parts? Because there are so many times that songs, well, you drop a riff there, you put a lyric here, and then somehow it comes together.
Yeah, it was real quick, real easy, real simple. Yeah,
Wow.
it was one of those just bam.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's one of those where it's like I can hear the live audience singing right with you guys, to where you guys might actually just allow allow those in the crowd to just take over. Right.
Yeah, that's that's always a dream come true, is when the audience sings your songs along with you. That's always a great thing to have.
How has it changed for you guys over the past couple of years? I mean, are fans more open to receive the live music? Because here in the Carolinas, it's packing up big time.
Yeah, we're working on getting the right manager and the right booking agent, and getting shows, and we're just trying to get set up for next year, and that's what we've been working on this entire week and the week before, and that kind of stuff. So we're really working on trying to get out there.
I'm glad that you brought up the part about the manager and stuff like that, because you guys are unbelievably honest and real on your Facebook page, and you put it out there for people, and that right there says, hey, we're a real band, and this is a real experience.
Yeah, it's not easy. No. It's hard. It's a lot of work.
To keep it together, though, man. You guys sound. I saw the video. The video itself, it just showcases a great rock band. You guys really do look very tight.
Yeah, we're good friends. Real good friends.
How long's that been going on, dude?
With these new guys, about 3 months.
Yeah.
About 3 months for the new guys.
Isn't that part of the fun of it, though? To me, that was what I loved about being in a garage band. It was like, hey, I just met Mike. Can he play drums? Yeah, get him in here. He's on drums today.
You're right, exactly. Yeah, that's right, exactly.
One of the things that Angelus has got is the fact that you guys have got a Powerhouse logo. Who came up with that design? And man, when you take that out there and give it to people on T-shirts and merchandising like you guys do, there's a sense of pride even for the fan.
Yeah, it just actually the actual writing came from the Los Angeles Times paper. Oh. That's what we initially, if you look at it, take everything off, and then we had a drummer, Paul Damasio, back in the early 80s and late 79, came up the ball and chain and all that kind of stuff. And then the pipes were put in by Jim Evans, which I found out just recently from, we were in Bound for Hell, and I believe I read it in there. And that it was also he also did the covers for the Eagles and the Beach Boys, and that's good enough. That's a couple I can remember.
Yeah.
So he did a lot of big people.
Well, it's definitely marketable, and that's one of the things when listeners go to your website. They're going to find out that they can they can get this and they can add it to their collection.
Yeah, exactly.
Merch is so important to bands nowadays, isn't it?
It is. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely it is.
But to market it, man, does it require an army, or does somebody in the band, that's your job today? You got to do the merch.
Yeah, no, we just kind of do it, Connie and I, and take care of it the best we can.
Mm-hmm.
and we try and do as much as we can.
So
it's a full-time job.
When you're out there with the other bands and stuff like that, touring around, do you have time to still be a fan of music? Because I mean, you've toured with a lot of big names. Do you get to be the fan?
No,
no,
not really. I mean, I could probably count on one or two hands the amount of bands I've actually even seen play that we played with. It's just like I'm busy before, we're busy after. When you're doing shows, you're extremely you're busy. You've got a lot to do, and it's a job. And once you get on stage, it's whatever time you have to play. That's your hopefully it's a good show and things are going right and you're not breaking strings and you can hear everything properly. But besides all that, if you can, that's the time you get to enjoy it. But other than that, it's usually all work. There's a lot of work.
For that view that you get from that microphone overlooking that live crowd, that's oh my God, that's such a place of great energy.
Oh, it is. It is. There's nothing like it. And getting yourself mentally prepared to go up there is a lot of it. Is so much of the whole thing.
You're so right about that, because I always call it the transition period. People will look at me and they go, "Are you there?" And I said, "Yeah, I'm in transition right now," because you do go into a zone because you're getting ready to hit that live stage.
Yeah, and they want it. I like to be an entertainer. I like to consider myself an entertainer as much as a singer or guitarist or anything, songwriter. I really pride myself on when you hit the stage, your job is to give a show, put on a show, create excitement, like so many of the greats do. And you gotta be able to rise to the occasion.
Yeah.
And you can't get up there and just go through the motions and you go blah, blah, blah. You got to go up there and let's effing rock.
Yeah, because those fans, they'll call you out, man. You've seen what they've been doing with different performers and stuff like that have been using a track to sing with and stuff like that. They'll call you out.
Oh, they will. Yep. Oh, yeah. Yep. They sure will.
So, with all the binge watching that we have been doing over the past 3 years now because of the lockdown and stuff, have you ever gotten into a storyline so much that all of a sudden it ignited a song inside of you to go, damn, I was inspired by this binge watch. I've got this great song now.
You know what? No, but that's a good thought. I'll definitely keep that in mind. I've watched, Breaking Bad and Longmire and a few really good shows that's a good thing to think about.
Yeah, because one of the things that I've always loved about your band is that it's not just a song, there's a story in every song. And when you sit there and you look at those lyrics, it's like, "Oh my God, they're talking about something I can relate with."
Right. Yeah. Try to make it that way. There's real life, there's real things that are happening in the world and you just got to keep it in mind. And then sometimes you want to escape it, you can't always keep them there. People like to escape too. So This was more on the serious side, and to say the least, but very interesting. Very, very cool.
Well, don't you think that the song Band Plays On, that it sets a tone as we start heading into these winter months and stuff like that people are going to need that jump start, and this is one of those songs that can do that?
I sure hope so.
Yeah.
It's off to a good start. That's all I can tell you that.
Oh, yeah. I've seen the charts. Around the world, you are starting to make some noise here, dude.
Yeah, I know. I saw that too. I'm posting them. Blade of Steel is taken off in Italy. And our publicist, one of them in Tarja, in Italy, sent that to me. And I'm just like, holy crap. And then Australia and then, around the world. Yeah, all over.
Is it weird, though, that when it takes off like that, we all got our own interpretation of the song, but yet, you guys being up there live on stage, you know the story, you know the journey, you know the struggles, you also know the victories.
Yeah. Yeah. It's, you just, once you're up there, you just got to have fun. You got to try and really have fun yourself as well, because there's so much work that people don't know about. They think it's all just, this dreamland that you're being in a rock band, but they don't know the amount of work that goes into it. It's a 24/7 job. I mean, I literally came up with some of that part with the cross, and I'm fighting with the cross in the video, about good and evil and up and down, and trying to go up and it's going down, and it's going sideways, and I literally, I'm not sure if I was dreaming. I'm not sure if I was like one of those moments when you're kind of asleep when you're not. I'm not sure if I thought of it like, I know I was in bed, I think I was asleep. I think it could have been in a dream, but I'm not sure. And that's where I woke up, and I'm going, to my wife, honey, I just thought of this. I don't know if it was in a dream or if it was like in between, kind of, when you're in you're that in inferior where you're not quite asleep, but you're not awake. And I'm not sure if it was that stage or what, but I was like, it came to me in that kind of situation, and it was, I woke up and I said, we got to do this. And she's like, wow, but yeah, things come to me in the weirdest times and weirdest places. And I don't really know where they come from.
Well, I've always believed that a creative mind never sleeps. It may rest, but it never sleeps.
Oh, wow. Write that down, Connie. What? Yeah, Errol, that's awesome. A creative mind never sleeps. Oh, yeah, there you go. See? That's how it happens, Errol.
Well, see, and then but that's what listen, when you're talking about that it's work, it's hard work and stuff like that. Right away, I had a vision that I would love to go back to my father, who told me, why don't you get a real job? And it's like, Dad, why don't you do this job? And then you'll find out that it is a real job.
Oh, yeah, perfect. That's perfect. That, I couldn't have said it better, myself at all by any chance. You said it. That's perfect. That's exactly it. Why don't you try this for a while, and you'll see what kind of job it is.
Yeah, you get back to me, man. You get back to me on that.
yeah. You let me know.
Yeah, because it's like radio people. All these people think that they can do radio, and so then I had a general manager tell me one time. He says, "Yeah, they can do it for 1 or 2 days, but come in here 7 days a week. Let's see how well they are on the 8th day."
Right. I mean, I sit there and watch, different talk shows and different, news channels, and I often, how do they do it every day? 5 days a week they go on, and even on just the news, the local news, it's something you gotta be in that frame of mind, that mindset all the time, day in and day out. You don't know what they went through that night before. If they had a good night's sleep, if they had whatever it might be, if they had a fight with their kids and their family. You have no clue, So let me take a drink of water here.
Go for it, buddy.
But yeah, it's it's to do it every day consistently. It's got to be really tough.
Well, it's the conditioning of it all. And so let me ask you the question on that. When we went into lockdown, how did you recondition yourself? It took me a long time to get this body to say, hey, look, you need to be strong here. This is where you rest. This is where you need to perform. And, it was like a reconditioning of the mind.
Yeah, we had to go different angles, go different directions, do different things. Write music, write songs, write an album. I think we put together Hell in High Heels during most of that time, and I'm part of Running Like an Outlaw as well. And we had to really struggle to get through it, to find ways to get into the studio. Yeah. We had to finagle our way to get to get the vocals, to get the studio to want to stay on one side of the wall, and the singer to stay on the other side of the wall, because Matt didn't want to deal with it. And so I said, well, what if, you go into your the control room, and we'll have the singer come in and go directly into the vocal room.
Yep.
And it was finagling, trying to get the Hell in High Heels record done. That was a lot of that was really hard to do. And but we got it done, and we did it. So.
Didn't you feel like a secret agent? Because I do remember during that time period, I mean, we still performed. Yeah. It was in a lot of deep, dark places, but we still performed.
Yeah, we didn't do much, but we did go into Denver. We did go up to Denver and do a couple shows there.
Yeah.
And so that was good. But it was hard finding places that would allow.
Oh, my God. So true. So true.
Yeah, it was really a rough one.
Oh, and you know what's going to happen is that one day we're going to sit down with a even younger generation and explain this to them, and they're going to go, it didn't happen that way. Yes, it did.
Right. It's like, just what a wild time, right? What a wild situation. That whole thing was just, and it's still lingering. Yeah. I mean, Fauci was just in the White House yesterday saying, hunker down and be careful and do all this stuff. And it's like, it's still, and I got sick a couple weeks, 3 weeks ago.
Wow, I'm sorry.
And I don't know what it was, but it was pretty bad.
Well, at least you're ready to rock and hit that road again, aren't you?
Oh, yeah. Oh, hell yeah. Without a doubt. Oh, without a doubt.
So what's the website where listeners can go to give you guys lots of love, get their hands on your music as well as the merchandise? They've got to buy the merchandise because we've all seen what's been happening with Ticketmaster. The only way bands are making money, sell the merchandise. Sell the merchandise.
Yeah, angelusband.com and also, Angelus Band Facebook, our Facebook page. Those are the two best places. And we're working on the store right now, and we're redoing it. And so it's not complete 100% right now, but that's where it'll be available on angelusband.com.
I love it, man. Come back to this show anytime in the future. The door is always going to be open for you.
Well, thank you.
All right.
And thank you for having me. And happy Thanksgiving. Happy holiday.
Same to you, man. You be brilliant, okay?
You too, brother. Thank you, Errol.